Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I always like to highlight forum posts that are powerful and might have been overlooked during the week. Shout out to my man Brian Shadow Strike, who continues to update me on such links. And this week, from Falmorius001, we have a forum post titled Kabam, We Need to Talk. Intriguing. Let me preface this by saying that I appreciate that this game exists. With that out of the way, let's discuss how Kabam can improve. So this is I think this is how we can actually improve the game from a player's standpoint. A complete lack of understanding of their target audience. I really don't care what excuses Kabam has to say about this, but it remains a fact that they do not know how to handle the player base whatsoever. There are a couple of reasons why this is evidently true. Firstly, Kabam cannot effectively resolve issues with their player base on forum posts and clearly have terrible PR training. I've been here for 5+ years on the forums almost every day, and I've only seen one or two out of hundreds of decent responses made by Kabam member on this forum that actively gives fully transparent information with intent as to why they cannot do something or why something is not going according to plan. Whereas the B2C communication that makes us feel like you're looking at us as money bags, not people. You need to admit that you don't understand what you are doing with public relations, because we all can tell. To fix this, actually start building these relationships with us. Respond to every forum post that questions some type of problem as soon as it comes up. Give shards for participating in feedback surveys. You can't improve if you don't engage with your audience and improve incentives for doing so. There should be a minimum of 5+ employees looking at the forums every workday, every work hour, commenting and bringing up every single problem that was stated up with the team and giving a response as quickly as possible. For even more effect, every time a change is made to a champion event bug, put it in the game mail so players can easily access game. Now, I've been saying this for years. The in-game mail is where players get news most of the time. They don't have time to go to the forums. They have real jobs, marriages, bills, you name it. They don't have time to go to the forums. Secondly, work on fixing the game before you add any additional content. I know that this may sound stupid, but sometimes you need to take 2 steps back before you can move forward. Work on fixing every single bug and player test all of the updates a week to a month or 2 before it comes out with people who play the game regularly, so you can catch any bugs before it hits the fan. Go back and repeat. Figure out where the problems in the community have occurred and fix them ASAP. Most importantly, do not ignore people with suggestions and problems. Additionally, if you need some time to go back and rethink your strategy, take the time to do so, but make sure to give generously rewarded compensation for the lack of content produced during that time, to thank people for sticking around while you figure some things out. I even put in a quick poll to find out what players are finding the most frustrating. Number 2, substantially outdated rewards. We've talked about this year already on the channel. This shouldn't be a problem, but it is. Alliance Quest and War, Battlegrounds, Incursions, and regular event quests. All of the rewards for completing need to be updated at least every 6 months. With the state of the game and current ability to acquire resources, right now the rewards are 2 to 3 years ago and don't at all reflect where certain players are in the game and the rewards that are being given out in other content. Where is Valiant difficulty for event quest, and why is Thronebreaker a 6-star for full exploration when it should be in completion? In Incursion, Zone 6 should be 8 to 10k artifacts per room. In Battlegrounds, 7-star shards should not be 16 times what 6-star shards are, 5 to 8 times at most. Overall, the rewards are just not relevant enough to warrant anyone even trying to play the game. It takes 10 to 30 minutes to update this stuff. I don't understand why the specific aspects aren't being taken care of. The in-game content and story content is great to keep that, but it just feels so dead in other rewards that it's not worth the energy or time to complete or explore anything anymore. And that leads us to point number 3, Battlegrounds. And talking about Battlegrounds, it's no longer about skill, it's about who has the most money. Seriously, it's a big problem. So start matchmaking players with similar roster power in the victory track. Several players have been complaining about this, and it really needs to be taken care of immediately. I guess this has been talked about, but it's very frustrating and annoying to be playing someone who has a 30,000 power average per champion roster, and you only have 20,000 power average per champion roster. Why would anyone want to keep playing if it's unreasonably difficult and hard to reach the next tier, and they keep losing over and over when they should not have completed the victory track? Here's some insight into how Battlegrounds should be viewed. Victory track is completion, and the Gladiator circuit is exploration. It should be easy to progress through the victory track, but it is up to the players if they want to extend their rewards beyond Vibranium 1 and take on the more difficult challenge. On a final note, I wouldn't be so hard on the team if everything was going smoothly and people in the game weren't complaining all the time. Where there is a problem or an error, there is an opportunity to build transparent relationships with your player base. Well, that's a good way to end it. So, wow, a lot to think about in this post. And there are comments underneath. And then we have opposition to it. Look, this is what the average player base thinks. It may not be what the average dev thinks or the average person who's on the forums, but I do think this is a very powerful forum post that hits a lot of the points well. So, Valmorius001, thank you for the time to write this. I'm not saying I agree with all of it, but I appreciate the time spent. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.